Hey, welcome into another evening edition of Tony Talks Trash About Music. Tonight I'm going back to my favorite band from Manchester, The Fall. I never identified the tracks of my favorite tracks, so I thought I'd do a little track rundown of my favorite tracks of The Fall. And astonishingly, as I look through their catalog, I'm embarrassed to say I couldn't really whittle it down very well, so I ended up with 75. I know that's a lot, but I'll try to whip through these pretty quickly. I didn't really want to leave any of these out because they're all really special to me, and so I'm going to move through these as fast as I possibly can. Number 17, number 75. We'll start with Marquis Cha Cha, a single that an early single track non LP track or a track that ended up maybe that it didn't end up on Room to Live. I'm not sure. But 1975, number 75, my 75th favorite fall song, Marquis Cha Cha. Number 74, we're going to hit the early days with futures and pasts. One of my favorite early ones. I don't have a lot on this calendar because typically I do value some of the older bands, but only specific ones, after a certain period of time. But nevertheless, the Falls catalog is so great. There are many songs outside this top 75 that are great. I know it's hard to believe, but they have such consistency and such greatness with their music. And I believe it completely. Number 73, the Out of Tune song from, I think it's either Shift Work or Code Selfish, Book of Lies. I love when the guy sings, he's just like out of tune. There's something about it that's so beautiful. I really like it. I like it. It's crazy. From number 22, from I think it's from Heads of Roll. We're talking about Mountain Energy. Maybe that's from the new Fall album. I'm not sure. One about that period of time. I hate that all these things mixed together with me, but I don't see these things as individual. I played a lot of catch up with some of these records during periods of time. So. But that one was one that I was paying attention of. 21 from the Bricks days, right in the middle, the title track from the Friends Experiment Friends. Um, I like it a lot. I understand the looseness of it. I understand the acoustic nature of it. It almost sounds like an unplugged thing. But I like the lyrical insistence of the melody. It's kind of haunting here. Number 70, I'm going to go to another early single, The Lie Dream of a Casino Soul, which was kind of in the coming out of the Gothic thing. And he was really in the bard of the words man. And, when I wrote, how I wrote Elastic Man and such. And I think it's really a peak as far as that goes. Number 69 from the Remit record, I'm going to go with Irish, which is probably one of the strongest rock songs on that record. I love the quartet at the end, if you want to say the Magic Quartet with Elena and Pete, David and Kieran on drums. Great band, and they're sorely underrepresented. Number 68, we're going to go with Hexen Definitive Strife Knot from the great Perverted by Language record. I love that record. It's one of my absolute favorites, and it's my peak period. Number 62, number 67, we're going with the Magnificent Craigness from the Bricks era. One of the best examples of interplay and just some great lyrics. I chuckle every time I think about that. Number 66, another really funny song, Married, Two Kids, from Code Selfish. It's kind of a swing song, and he's just talking about how everybody's life has changed. Everybody's life is like tied down. Number 65, the Magnificent Deer Park from Hack's Induction. It's just like my favorite, one of my favorites of all. This record is great. It fits within that. It's not individual tracks. I'm starting to get into some of these ones that make me just stop at my tracks. Number 64, What About Us? Which was a great less great single from the band that preceded the Dudes. Let's talk about again now. I want to talk about this. I'm moving down here a little bit. I'll move you guys down with me. Let's talk about Two Librans, the great song from the Unutterable Night. Is my number 63. Number 62, a surprise to some people. The Annoying from, if you want to call it that, from Nate Will Not Return. The Annoying song from, what is that song? Ersatz, is that on Ersatz? I think it is. And I always liked it. I thought it was funny. It's annoying. It's how he goes to the gallery named Tate. I think that's funny. After that, the really funny Mexico wax solid. Well, barbiturates what's a kicking in? That's to me Mexico wax solvent. It's kind of insulting in a way, but at the same time, it's kind of funny. And I love that keyboard Aqua Velvet comes in. Da, 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 da. Elena just got better and better and better. I'll tell you, during the end of this band, she was, and I did leave out, and I know I left out Wise Old Man out of the fall collection. I would certainly put that, up around where the remainder was too. She's really playing well on that. But Cancel, was that the one that had Cancel all leave on it and stuff? He's funny. Number 60, the great single. I got to put it on here somewhere, Lost in Music. It's very catchy to me still. And it's one of those ones that I shouldn't probably like it because it's not from that. But, it's kind of single. I could probably get other ones, but let's talk about it. Number 59, okay, Glam Racket. I like Glam Racket. Okay, not crazy about that period of time where you've got the back-to-back of Light User Syndrome back with the other one. I just did not like. I did not like those records. They were not my favorite, and so that's where that came. Number 58. Let's go with The Past Gone Mad. One of my favorite records, and I think kind of underrated. I don't hear a lot about that much. People talk about that. Number 57. Let's go to the Marshall Suite with the Crying Marshall. I think one of the better tracks on the record. I find the record to be, like I said, it's a good record, but it's not to me one of his very, very best. Number 56, the iconic Container Drivers from the Grotesque period. Really, really fantastic single. It was great. Number 55, Bremen Nacht from the Curious Orange and the Bricks Band there. Number 54, let's go to the great, and there's a good version of this live on the band, Latchkey Kid. And that is one of their better songs that really came through in a different one, in a different context. So saw it live with a couple bands. They actually came back to it at one point. Number 53, let's go with The Fantastic Life. One of my favorite songs from that period of time. Now we're going to move into the close to the top 50. Number 52, let's get with the frantic and urgent sound of Fall Sound from Reformation TLC. We're past the Dudes now onto the Magic Quartet, and then for number 51, Snazzy from the one with the pill, whatever it was called, the one with the pill on it, but that's Snazzy was one of the better songs. English Scheme, number 50, the great song from Grotesque with the super hooky Baines keyboard. It's wild. Number 49, the great Tempo House. I mean, from Perverted by Language, and it makes it probably one of my favorite ones. 48, the great Lay of the Land with when Brick's in the band with the Wonderful World of the Fall. Super great. Number 47, the new version of Big New Prince. I'm not talking about the slow one on Hexaductionary, which is kind of boring to me. It's okay, but it's slow. This one is something else, when you put the band behind it and the way that in the Curious Orange. It really works well. Number 47. Let's go to this nation's. Was it this nation's saving grace? I'm sorry, I'm so damn tired tonight. Number 46, the great paintwork, which actually has Mark pressing a cassette and erasing part of the tape that's actually used in the recording. Such a crazy work, but you're messing up the paintwork, which is great. Number 45, the wonderfully mystifying. That's he's talking about his face. Beautiful. Bill is dead. From the album after Bricks left, and really one of his bigger albums on phonogram when he ended up getting Martin Brahma back in the band, and Extricate I'm speaking about. Number 44, let's talk about the crazy song Bound, which I always like. I just think the way he sings it, kind of squeaking like that, him and Julia, it's really a fun song. 44, that's off the Marshall Suite. Number 43, I'll pay your rights. There's a good live version also on that record that has a squid law on it and stuff. What's the one? Seminole Live, which otherwise is pretty much yucky. It's okay. I mean, it's not yucky. I just don't like the way it's produced much. It's not that good. Number 42, the great Leave the Capital from Slates. Number 41, let's go to Copped It from wonderful and Frightening World of the Fall. Copped It. A really great song. Number 40, about the whole split of Bricks, Bad News Girl from the Curious Orange, which is just Goodbye, My Dear. Beautiful. Number 39, the opening song from the Hexaduction Hour, Genius, the classical, which basically lays out as a mission statement every grievance he has in the world. Number 38, the overlooked M5 from the later period of the Flow. I can't remember damn name of the album again. See how tired I am here. But you know what I'm talking about. M5 here, the one with Dave on keyboards on one of the last ones. Anyway, let's talk about Midnight in Aspen from The Fall Has a Roll, the beautiful song about the Hunter S. Thompson and the visit up there and firing bullets up at the moon and they bouncing back and stuff. Kind of crazy. Number 36, the underrated song directed at the United States and the Iran, the whole deal about the war on Iraq. Tommy Shooter, about a bunch of string balloons. At least that's what I think it's about. It could be about something, but I think it's beautiful. It's one of my favorite songs from that record, and that's a great record. That Imperial Wax Song, fantastic. Number 35, again, This Nation's Saving Grace, My New House. Talking about my new house, it's just really beautiful, and it really is a genuine talk about that. Number 34, the Rave Up, Cab It Up from Curious Orange, that really, a fantastic keyboard playing experience. That it sounds, by Marcia Schofield, playing stuff that sounds like mallets, but she's actually playing them on the keyboards and playing pretty fast 16th notes. Jawbone and the Air Rifle, of course, great standout from the album with the classical Hexaduction Hour. And my number 33, number 32. Won't you take an older lover from Slates, etc. One of the best, short little record, man, but one of the they don't waste one second on it. Number 31, great versions of Bound Live. The Malevolent Smile, just a beautiful song. A smile. It's so full of vigor. It's intense. Number 30, Time Enough at Last. Just a beautiful song. Code Selfish, I think, is the one that's from. But Time Enough at Last is it's gorgeous. Number 29, the Rave Up that he played actually at the Glass festivals. They played Glass everywhere they played the last time. I'm talking about the rave about Ginger's Wild Hearts pledge that he picked up when he was part of this. He did the whole song. what does he say? Go to nearly fall money, she says. Oh my God! When you see live and you see these people at the festival, these kids, young kids dancing to this, it's some funny stuff, man. It's really great. Pledge is great. Number 28 is a great way round from the Unhonorables. Great. Number 27, Contra Flow, gorgeous song from the I think a Real New Fall album around that period. Number 26, I love Hillary. I think Hillary's a great song. Some people don't like it. I think it's a cool song. I always liked it. Number 25, I'm going to go the opposite way. Instead of still Sir William Ray, I'm going to pick Gray because I like Gray better. Gray's the version, if you see it, that's on is on the extra version. It's not on Remit, which is the original Sir William Ray's on. It's going to be on Omet, I think, is the name of the but nevertheless, it's called Gray, and it's really nice. Number 24, the Profound. You haven't found it yet. Just a great. When you least expect it, Mark just whips out a piece of dictatorial advice that blows your mind. Number 23, the Great Slang King from the Wonderful and Frightful World. Number 22, Behind the Counter. On the same record as M5, just the great, pretty much the end though of the commercial period of the fall. Number 21, they do a great version on the Peel, and I'm talking about Clasp Hands from Hezerol. Just a great sound. Ding 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 ding. It's just great. The way it just glides and the way the vocal moves good. It's a very short song, but it works really good. Number 20, the echo laden down. Talking about taking off from Sats GB. Number 20 in my book. I think it's a great song. I think it's one of the better songs that they did, Studio Realized. Number 19, those whose main title is themselves shall feel the wrath of my bombast, which is my number 19. Bombast, I just saw a great version of it live. There's something about it in This Nation's Saving Grace. The way it starts in, it's just so strange. Who would think about starting off a record like that? Number 18, the great Just Step Sideways from Hex Induction Hour. I love it. One of my absolute favorites. Number 17, let's go deep in Storyland and let's go to Scenario, the fantastic description of his father, his ancestors with the war, and Scenario, where they talk about Chindits and impeaching the Japanese, soldiers. It's intense stuff, man. It's an intense, it's called Scenario. Really, really fantastic. Another great track from the highly underrated um, Da, 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 na, 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 na. Reformation TLC. I hate to keep always thinking about that song. I love Systematic Abuse. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, shit. I didn't want to give it away. Number 16 from Dragnet, Psychic Dance Hall. Again, great version live. We saw a version of it with the quartet band play it. Really, really, really good. YFOC Slippy Floor, number 15, always been one of my favorite. I love the bowling ball effect at the end. He comes in with Elvis stuff and he goes. I think it's great. Number 14, the closer on the This Nation's Saving Grace and homage to I Am Damo Suzuki. They're talking about the singer for Can. Just fantastic. Number 14. Number 13, same record, except what's that? Simon Rogers is playing on this Victorian Child. What an incredible bass on this. Wild for a little while to think Hanley wasn't in it, but that's his brother was, and we're playing this other bass player. Pretty cool. Of course, College Train. Number 12, 2x4. Just something different, completely different. I mean, and I know if you're hearing some of it, some of it's bullshit, but it's just funny. It's funny that they were able to make that such a successful song. Number 11 is going to be the really dirty grind out, which kind of separates the boys from the men on this. And I'm talking about the final track on hex induction hour. And this day, yeah. There's something about the pounding of it with the electronic keyboards and Mark Riley's, the distorting stuff. There's something about it that's just off the chart, and I love it. Number 10, let's talk about the song that I spoke about, and some people may think I'm overrating this. I don't think I am. This is from Your Future Arc Letter. I'm talking about Chino. I've spoken about this record on the other deal. It's a very desperate and very honest portrayal from a man in a hospital, afraid. Number 9, Garden, the great Garden from Perverted by Language. I mean, it's by far my favorite record. It's not by far, but it is my favorite record. So pretty much any song on that I love. Number 8, A New Face in Hell from Grotesque, really great. Number 7, I'm talking about the version, not only the version with Brick Slater, but the version before. I like the original version where he's talking about from the U.S. Talking about the mixer. I love the mixer. The mixer is great. Mixer. Who's that David on the keyboard, whatever it is? I love it. It's fantastic. Number 6, as I talked about a little bit ago. Systematic abuse. Now, you know the truth. That's not number 6 of all time. I know everybody's all pissed off. They're thinking it should be something else. Number 5, Dog is Life, Jerusalem. I think it took a lot of guts, and I think it's a great one of my favorites, man. We start to shit about like he was very disappointed with the budget, stubbed his on a protruding chip, and now I was very disappointed with the budget of the handout or whatever it is. It's just funny shit. It's some funny stuff. I mean, I'm a lawyer, I deal with this stuff for real. It's just some funny stuff. Number 4, the great Alton Towers. I've spoken about, the achievement that is, the sonic achievement that is, and whoever did the accordion, like with the breathing and everything and the waving, it's just absolutely perfect. I mean, whoever did that timed it out really great. Number 3 is the rail against mediocrity called Middle Mass. Very important for fall fans to understand that, but that seems to me to be like almost, if you're going to put a paperweight down to where he lands, that would be it. Right on top of the papers there, Middle Mass. Number 2, let's talk about the great Free Range, which I think is probably the best singles of the 80s period. It's from Shift Work, or one of those I don't know the records at the time. There was Shift Work, and then there was Code Selfish, and I love Free Range. I think Free Range is just fantastic. When he says, what does he say about "We'll Be Crying"? Oh yeah, something posse will be crushed. No, insect posse will be crushed. I love the video. I love the remix. I love the remix when like you've got everything at a certain level and then just everything bursts open and opens up when it goes to that dun 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 dun. Just fantastic single, fantastic remix. It's the great Free Range, and my number 1 favorite song is a lyrical and musical masterpiece from the band preceding the dudes. I'm talking about the great Impeccable Blindness, man. I see a blind man. It's just the lyrics in it are incomparable. The communication is incomparable. And even though he doesn't know what he's talking about half the time, there's a big difference between what he's doing and what somebody like Yes is doing or what somebody like Beefheart is doing. He's communicating with these words. These words, they may not make in a straight literal sense, but he's speaking very specific about very specific things, and it's what I love about it, man. So let me know what your list is, please. My list is here. That's my 75. I know it's a hell of a lot. If you only got 10, that's great. If you got 5, that's great. Please subscribe for us and do me a favor. Hit that like button. It doesn't hurt you at all, please. I don't think it's going to hurt you. You can try it out and see. But please leave your list. I want to see your list. We want to see what you're thinking about the fall. I know there's a lot of hardcore fall fans out there because I could tell from the response in the first video. Did very good. So I think we did pretty good time-wise with this. So those are my 75 greatest fall songs. I didn't get into a whole lot of detail with them, but this is kind of a long countdown. I went through them all, and I just could not believe how many I had. I ended up having like about 95 that made the list, so I ended up shaving off 20. It's insane. It's insane how great this band is. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in, and I will catch you next time with something fresh. Remember, please subscribe, please hit the like button, and leave your list below there. Let me know your comments and thoughts. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later. We appreciate you being around. Thanks.